Sure.
Certainly. In early 2004, I sold my Altigen equipment company, and I signed a non-compete agreement, which recently expired. So I was fortunate to take 5 years off, travel around the world, build a house, have some fun, explore a bunch of different business opportunities. About a year ago, I thought long and hard and really looked deep into my soul and said, what do I want to do again? So I was getting bored, and entrepreneur at heart, serial entrepreneur, and I had a bunch of opportunities to choose from. So I looked at insurance. I looked at banking. I looked at equipment leasing. I looked at everything under the sun, and what's interesting is I came back to telecom. Mm-hmm. I like the people in telecom. I like the business model. I like what we do. I like the opportunity. I like the change. I like the diversity. And it's funny, when I left in 2004, I really thought I would never come back. I thought I'd be on to something, whatever the next thing was. But once I had a few years to recharge my batteries and really objectively looked at all the different opportunities I had out there, and I had a lot. I turned down a lot of opportunities to come back to the telecom business. Mm-hmm. So the second time around, I want to do it all over again, but I'm going to do it a little differently. Our consulting company, PCG, we're going to do two primary things. Number one, we're going to do our signature service, which is bill auditing and analysis. What we've always done since 1996, it's our core competency. Very simply put, we go into businesses that spend between $2,500 a month and $100,000 a month typically on the combined monthly cost of local phone service, long distance, any type of WAN, internet services, and cell phones. Mm-hmm. Generally speaking, those companies, that's a significant enough amount of money, but generally at that size, those companies may have an IT person on staff who's technical, but they don't have a telecom manager on staff. Mm-hmm. And our role at PCG Telecom Consulting is essentially to be an outsourced telecom manager for mid-sized companies, but we do this from a consulting basis so that we build a trusted business advisor relationship with our clients. And our consulting fee is contingency-based, meaning the more money we save our clients, the bigger our fee is. It gives us an alignment of interest with our clients. We're not a salesperson there to peddle something to them. We are a trusted business advisor and a consultant who's there to present them multiple options and essentially take on the role of what a telecom manager would do for them if they were able to have one of those people on staff, like a Fortune 500 company. Mm-hmm. But companies that spend between $2,500 a month and $100,000 a month generally are not big enough to justify that role, so they can outsource that to us. And especially in these economic times, when you're trying to cut back on overhead and payroll, why not outsource something like that? Mm-hmm. And we set up the business model and such that it's quid pro quo. What's good for us is good for them. We create that alignment of interest, and we base our consulting fees solely based on what the customer saves. So if they don't save anything by using our service, they don't pay us anything. Mm-hmm. If we save them a lot of money, they pay us a bigger consulting fee. And so that's our core competency. It's our signature service. We've been offering it since 1996, and that's the foundation that PCG was built on, and that's what we're going to continue to pursue. With that said, we know that there's going to be demand out there for phone systems like before, but I've seen the business model change greatly from legacy premise-based phone systems to a hosted model. Let me talk about that a little bit. In the days of past, all phone systems out there, as far as I'm concerned, are good quality systems. I don't care whether you're buying an Avaya, a Nortel, a Lucent, a Toshiba, an Altigen, a ShoreTel, you name it. I don't know of any bad phone system. What I used to tell customers of mine, picking the right phone vendor is a lot like picking the right spouse. It will determine 90% of your happiness or your misery with that phone system. The vendor makes all the difference in the world. All the systems are good. All the systems do lots of stuff. The question is, does your vendor understand you and your business model? Does your vendor understand that product? And are they relationship based to find what's the right solution for you, Mr. Customer? That's a real phone call coming in. Was unexpected. Do you mind if I send that one to voicemail? How cool is that? That's a hosted voice over IP phone.
Great.
So, technology in action. So the paradigm shift I've seen over the last few years away from premise-based phone systems has been to hosted solutions. Not only from a cost standpoint, but also from a business standpoint. Let me talk about that a little bit. Historically speaking, an advanced business phone system that had any sort of functionality to it to be able to do call center stuff, call detail reporting, support remote extensions, auto attendance, voicemail, a function-rich phone system for a business was about $1,000 a user. You have a 50-person company, that's about a $50,000 in capitalized investment to install that system, to get it installed and everybody trained and what have you. Then you have a monthly recurring cost for your phone lines and for long distance, which could be for a company that size a couple $1,000s a month. So thanks to the advance of voice over IP, and specifically something within voice over IP called SIP, Session Initiation Protocol, technology has advanced so far that the cost of buying phone systems themselves have gone up greatly, but the hosted phone solutions are rapidly becoming the way to go. And what happens with that is a phone platform provider, like we're becoming, takes a phone system, a massive phone system, and puts it in a co-location facility, so in a data center, and replicates it. Customers now connect their extensions to our phone system via the internet. The call quality is the same, if not better, than a regular phone call and a regular phone system. However, the customer saves all that capital expense of a $1,000 extension. So what happens when that customer buys that $50,000 phone system, that system is just like a new car, is worth a fraction, just the day after of what you paid for it. Then once you've got that phone system, as most customers will know, there's ongoing costs, not just the local phone lines, the T1s or the PRIs, and the long distance, but the cost from the vendor. Oh, you need a maintenance plan. Oh, you need a technical support plan. Oh, you want to make moves, adds, and changes. Well, we charge a $75 trip fee and $200 an hour to come out and change, program voicemail for you, or program auto attendance, whatever the case is. For a lot of different reasons, hosted voice over IP makes so much sense over the legacy traditional premise-based systems. Understand there's 500 different providers of hosted VoIP in the country right now. Do you know how many of them went out of business last year? 80. So anybody with a box and a PRI can basically become a hosted phone provider. And so where the consulting role plays in is helping the customers choose the right platform to go with. We've chose, after doing an extensive amount of research, we've chose to partner initially with Freedom Voice Systems in Encinitas, California, very similar to our story.